I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 109. In today's episode, we're talking about a quote that I heard, and I thought it was so fascinating, I thought I'd share it with you all. And here's the quote: go broke investing before you go broke impressing. I'll say that again. Go broke investing before you go broke impressing. And hey, listen, when we're in this society that we live in today, the Instagram society, the social media, where we want to put up our perfect pictures and sometimes make everybody think that life is perfect, right? And I get it. We're building brands and things of that nature, and so we get to portray who we want to portray. But the key part of this is, oftentimes people are trying to keep up with the Joneses, if you will. They're trying to impress people. So, I heard a millionaire say one time that, and by the way, let me know what your thoughts are on this. But he said most people who look really, really good on the outside are usually broke on the inside, meaning they're in their pockets. And then most people who look broke are usually wealthy. Now, some of you may agree with that, some of you may disagree. Now, I'm kind of in the middle, to be honest with you. And here's why I say that: because I honestly don't subscribe to the whole notion of just because you're wealthy, you have to look broke or you have to look bad. Like, I'm okay with wanting nice things, and I hope you are too, right? I mean, if you're gonna build wealth, why not enjoy it? But on the same token, there is a fine line and there's a balance, because you don't want to overdo it to a point where you don't have the money to invest because you're spending it so much on trying to impress people. Does that make sense? So I believe there's a fine line there. But some people, they're very one-sided, to one on the one side or on the other side. And I'm not on either side. I'm kind of in the middle, because like I remember years ago there was a picture of, I think it was Bill Gates or maybe Warren Buffett, and they were walking down the street in some jeans, and they just kind of looked like a regular average Joe. And the whole point was, billionaires don't don't look like it, right? And look, and nothing wrong with walking down the street with some regular jeans, but if you want to look nice, then do you, right? There's nothing wrong with looking nice. There's nothing wrong with having quality, right? But again, you just have to know where the line is, because there is a line. And so I thought this was a good quote, because I just think that with social media, we always have this picture of perfection, and we're always striving and we're always competing. And you know first of all, you should only compete with yourself. So don't try to compete with somebody else, what they have or what they're doing, right? Just keep trying to get better yourself. That's the first thing. But the key to this is just having that mindset, having a mindset, like, think like a millionaire but hustle like you're broke, right? So you can hustle like you're broke without looking broke, right? But on the same token, don't be trying to impress people to a point where you end up going broke, if that makes sense. right? So you know what you can and what you cannot do, and when you're getting beyond your means and things of that nature. So just watch that. Nowadays there are bank accounts that can literally pull up reports and stuff where it'll track all your spending, basically. It'll track it in expenses and you know cash flow and what's coming in, what's going out, all that stuff. So just be looking at those things. Remember, we talked about net worth some episodes ago, and we have to be mindful of that. We want to be increasing our net worth, right? So if we're constantly adding more debt, then we aren't putting ourselves in a position where we can increase that net worth. Because the Bible even says, "Oh, no man but to love him," right? And so we want to be in a position where we don't owe anybody, right? And we're in a position of strength, not of weakness, where we are the lender and not the borrower, right? So these are just some important thing that we should talk about. And that's why I love this quote so much. Go broke investing before you go broke impressing, because there are a lot of people going broke trying to impress people. There are even rappers out there. I remember hearing that will do a music video with these expensive cars and they don't own the cars, right? And don't get me wrong, it's an image, right? They're selling an image and it's marketing. I get all of that, right? But some people go to the extreme to try to impress people, right? Like, it's nothing wrong with like having nice things. It's nothing wrong if you want a Gucci belt, or if you want some nice shoes, or if you want that nice blazer or whatever that, or for ladies, you want that nice purse. Hey, I'm okay with you having that, right? And not that you need my permission anyway. but um but what I'm saying is just be very aware. Like, if you're going to spend this much on splurging on yourself, then challenge yourself to spend that same amount investing, right? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. If the bag is $1,300, make sure you have $2,600 so you can spend 1,300 on the bag and 1,300 on uh, an investment. Or even better, spend money on the investment and let the profits pay for the bag. There you go. That's what we're all about, guys. And so it's just a different shift in mindset and thinking. And I know it's not always easy, because you see your neighbor with the thing, with the latest and greatest, and you kind of want it too, right? But be that person and understand that, again. And I'm not saying this is all people, by the way, but just because they look good on the outside does not mean they look good on the inside, right? They could have the Lexus with all the lights on inside, right? Or whatever vehicle, all the lights on inside. So you see the outside, you're like, oh wow, that's a nice car, but you don't see the struggle for the payment. Or you don't see the struggle to maintain it. You don't see the struggle that goes on inside, right? And so I just wanted to share that. I hope you guys got some value from episode 109. And listen, we are approaching the end of the year. I am so excited. We got some amazing things coming up. So stay tuned, get ready, and continue to listen. Continue to share this with your friends. Join our Facebook group, our community, where we engage with each other. Like for me right now, I am sharing with you, but I can't hear you, right? And so I love to interact with you. I love to hear from you. I love to connect with those who listen to this podcast, because like I said, we have people who listen to this podcast all over the world. And I just love to engage with you all. So appreciate you all for taking a listen. God bless, and we'll see you all over the top. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.